DIY fertilizer for your crops, eggshells versus coffee grounds. Are you tired of watching your hard-earned money disappear on expensive commercial fertilizers? Do you find yourself staring at kitchen scraps and wondering if there's a better way to nourish your beloved plants? You're not alone in this gardening dilemma, and today we're diving deep into one of the most hotly debated topics in the sustainable gardening community: the ultimate showdown between eggshells and coffee grounds as natural fertilizers for your crops. As fellow gardeners, we've all been there, standing in the garden center, overwhelmed by rows of chemical fertilizers with price tags that make us wince. But what if I told you that some of the most effective plant nutrients are sitting right in your kitchen, waiting to be transformed into garden gold? This comprehensive guide will settle the age-old debate once and for all, giving you the knowledge to make informed decisions about feeding your plants naturally while saving money and reducing waste. Before we dive into our comparison, it's crucial to understand what makes these common kitchen scraps so valuable for plant nutrition. Both eggshells and coffee grounds contain essential nutrients that plants crave, but they deliver these nutrients in completely different ways and time frames. The key to success lies in understanding not just what nutrients they provide, but how they interact with your soil and plants over time. Plants require three primary macronutrients: nitrogen for leafy growth, phosphorus for root development and flowering, and potassium for overall plant health and disease resistance. Additionally, secondary nutrients like calcium, magnesium, and sulfur play vital roles in plant structure and metabolism. Micronutrients, though needed in smaller quantities, are equally important for optimal plant health. Understanding this nutritional foundation will help you appreciate why these kitchen scraps can be so effective when used correctly. Eggshells, the slow-release calcium powerhouse. Let's start with eggshells, those seemingly worthless remnants of your breakfast routine. These calcium-rich shells are nature's slow-release fertilizer, containing approximately 95% calcium carbonate along with traces of magnesium, phosphorus, and potassium. When properly prepared and applied, eggshells can transform your garden by addressing one of the most common nutrient deficiencies in crops. The preparation process is straightforward but requires patience for maximum effectiveness. After collecting your eggshells, rinse them thoroughly to remove any egg residue, then allow them to dry completely. You can air dry them or speed up the process by placing them in a low-temperature oven. Once dry, crush them into small pieces using a mortar and pestle, coffee grinder, or food processor. The finer the powder, the more quickly your plants can access the nutrients. Calcium plays a crucial role in cell wall development, making plants stronger and more resistant to disease. For fruiting crops like tomatoes, peppers, and squash, adequate calcium is essential for preventing blossom end rot, a common disorder that causes dark, sunken spots on fruit. Leafy greens also benefit tremendously from calcium, developing stronger stems and more vibrant foliage. The slow-release nature of eggshell calcium means you're providing long-term nutrition that continues feeding your plants throughout the growing season. The application method significantly impacts effectiveness. Work crushed eggshells directly into the soil around your plants, or add them to your compost pile where they'll break down gradually. For container gardens, mix eggshell powder into your potting mix before planting. Some gardeners create eggshell tea by steeping crushed shells in water for several days, then using the calcium-rich water for irrigation. Coffee grounds, they're the quick-acting nitrogen boost that a lot of gardeners are looking for. Now, let's explore coffee grounds, that energizing waste product millions of coffee lovers discard every single day. Used coffee grounds actually contain about 2% nitrogen, 0.3% phosphorus, and 0.6% potassium, which makes them an excellent source of readily available nutrients. Unlike eggshells, coffee grounds provide more immediate nutrition, and they also help improve soil structure and water retention. The nitrogen in coffee grounds is especially valuable for leafy crops like lettuce, spinach, kale, and of course, herbs. Nitrogen is really the primary driver of chlorophyll production, so more nitrogen means greener, more vigorous foliage. This makes coffee grounds super beneficial during the early growing season, when plants are focused on establishing strong vegetative growth. Beyond just nutrition, coffee grounds offer significant soil improvement benefits too. They increase organic matter content, improve drainage in heavy clay soils, and enhance water retention in sandy soils. The slightly acidic nature of coffee grounds, with a pH around 6.0 to 6.8, makes them particularly suitable for acid-loving plants like blueberries, azaleas, and tomatoes. But this acidity can be a bit problematic for plants that prefer neutral or alkaline conditions. Proper application of coffee grounds does require a little more attention than eggshells, mainly because of their quick-acting nature. Fresh coffee grounds should be composted first or mixed with brown materials like dried leaves to prevent nitrogen burn. You can apply used coffee grounds directly to the soil, but it's best to limit the amount to no more than 25% of your total soil amendment. Work them into the top few inches of soil around your plants, or just add them to your compost pile where they'll act as a nitrogen-rich green material. When comparing these two kitchen scrap fertilizers, several factors come into play beyond simple nutrient content. Eggshells excel in long-term soil building and calcium supplementation, making them ideal for preventing nutrient deficiencies and supporting strong plant structure. They're particularly valuable for gardeners dealing with calcium-deficient soils or growing calcium-hungry crops. Coffee grounds shine in their immediate impact on plant growth and soil conditioning. They're especially effective for quick-growing leafy crops and plants that benefit from acidic conditions. The organic matter in coffee grounds also supports beneficial soil microorganisms, creating a more vibrant soil ecosystem. From a practical standpoint, availability often determines choice. Coffee drinkers generate a steady supply of grounds, while eggshell availability depends on cooking habits. Coffee grounds require more careful handling due to their potential to create anaerobic conditions if applied too heavily, while eggshells are nearly impossible to over-apply. Cost-effectiveness strongly favors both options over commercial fertilizers, but coffee grounds edge out slightly due to their immediate availability and multi-nutrient profile. However, eggshells provide longer-lasting benefits, potentially making them more economical in the long run. Success with kitchen scrap fertilizers depends on proper technique and timing. For eggshells, collect them consistently and process them in batches to maintain a steady supply. Store processed eggshell powder in airtight containers to prevent moisture absorption. Apply eggshells at planting time and again mid-season for fruiting crops. Coffee grounds work best when integrated into a broader soil management strategy. Combine them with other organic materials, monitor soil pH regularly, and adjust application rates based on plant response. Fresh grounds work well in compost, while aged grounds can be applied directly to acid-loving plants. Consider combining both amendments for comprehensive nutrition. Use eggshells for long-term calcium supplementation and coffee grounds for immediate nitrogen boost and soil conditioning. This combination approach often yields better results than using either amendment alone. The ultimate choice between eggshells and coffee grounds depends on your specific garden needs, soil conditions, and crop selection. Gardeners with calcium-deficient soils or those growing tomatoes, peppers, and other calcium-hungry crops should prioritize eggshells. Those focusing on leafy greens and quick-growing crops will benefit more from coffee grounds. Consider your soil's existing pH levels when making this decision. Acidic soils may benefit more from the calcium in eggshells, which can help raise pH over time. Alkaline soils might improve with the slightly acidic nature of coffee grounds. A soil test can provide valuable guidance in making this determination. Your gardening goals also influence the best choice. If you're building long-term soil health and preventing nutrient deficiencies, eggshells align with this objective. If you're seeking immediate growth response and soil conditioning, coffee grounds serve better. Both eggshells and coffee grounds offer valuable benefits for crop nutrition, each excelling in different areas. Eggshells provide essential calcium for strong plant structure and disease resistance, while coffee grounds deliver immediate nitrogen for vigorous growth. The best approach often involves using both amendments strategically based on your plant's specific needs and growth stages. Remember that successful gardening is about understanding your plants, soil, and local conditions. These kitchen scrap fertilizers are tools in your gardening toolkit, not magic solutions. Combine them with good gardening practices like proper watering, adequate spacing, and pest management for optimal results. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe to Smart Garden for more practical gardening tips and sustainable growing solutions. Share your own experiences with eggshells and coffee grounds in the comments below. Your fellow gardeners would love to hear about your successes and learn from your experiments. Together, we're building a community of smarter, more sustainable gardeners who prove that the best fertilizers might just be hiding in your kitchen.